Welcome to this demonstration of UGS's new piece of software, GreyhoundFormFinder. Basically it's a piece of software that I've created from my own experiences of what is useful in finding, winning and losing greyhounds. What the software does is to create a comma-separated variable file, a CSV file, which is a very simple spreadsheet file that can be loaded into absolutely any spreadsheet program that's available on the market. Obviously Microsoft Excel is the obvious one, but there are plenty of free ones available too, and you will find on my website that there is a link to a rather nice little free spreadsheet program there. Now what you have in the spreadsheet is the first column there showing the market name. That's the name of the track and the date. In the second column you have the race name with the time, the grade and also the distance. But then it starts to get a bit more interesting because we move on to the dog with the worst form and the figure for the worst form. Now that figure is simply the sum of the form of the dog in the last 5 races, and it's something that I have found quite useful in the past. And basically the larger the number there, the poorer the form of the dog, and you might find it useful to sort on that column to get some idea of which are the really good dogs on the day and which are the really bad dogs. Here we have a similar kind of thing, but showing the best form dog in each race, and in the next column there we have the figure for the best form. So if we're looking for the worst form, we want a high number. If we're looking for the best form, then we want a low number. We then have the difference between the best and the worst form. So the larger the number there, then the greater the difference between the dog that's likely to be at the front and the dog that's likely to be at the back. So if we're looking for losers, then this can be quite useful. Whereas this next column is really designed to help you find the winners, because it shows the difference between the best and the second best form. So the larger the number there, then the further the top dog is away from the second dog, and that might suggest that that's going to be a winner. Now sectional time is often very popular with greyhound racers, or punters rather, and here we have the dog with the worst best sectional time and the figure there, and we also have the best sectional time dog there, and again the figure for that there. So once again, by sorting, you might find those dogs which look as if they're likely to be really well at the front, and those which aren't really worth much interest. But as I say, it's very much up to you how you use this data, but there's a lot of it here that you can find quite useful. Here we have the difference between the highest and the lowest. So again, a high figure there would suggest that the top dog is way ahead of the bottom dog. And in the next column, the difference between the highest and the second highest, a large figure there might suggest that the top dog is in fact well ahead of the second dog and is therefore likely to be a winner. Now these are the best sectional times. Moving on, we then have the average sectional times. So here we've got the dog with the worst average and the figure next to it, and then the dog with the best average and the figure next to it there. So again, you're looking for here with the best, you really want to find those dogs with a very low figure there, and by sorting on all the races of the day, you might find a few dogs that you might believe are going to win. And you could take that along with this next column, which shows the difference between the highest and the lowest. Sorry, we're on this column here. Difference between the highest and the second highest. So once again, that could suggest that if there's a large number there, there's a big discrepancy and therefore that top dog might well be going to win. Now, following on from that, we have figures relating to each of the traps. So here we have the name of the dog in trap 1, the form over the last 5 races for that dog in trap 1, and then we have my magic sum of form figure there, which is simply the sum of those figures. And once again, if that's a high number, that suggests that the dog has worse form than if it's a low number. And we have that same data running through for each of the traps from 1 to 6. So you see there's quite a lot of data here. It's data that I have found very useful, and I hope that you find it useful too in finding both winning and losing greyhounds. Thank you very much for watching this video.